Hello Scorpio and welcome to my channel Green Line Goddess Tarot. I'm seeing a beautiful wedge-tail eagle looking out, hovering around at this moment in time. This is your weekly reading. We have a beautiful, big week actually happening. Speaking of which, look at this. The eagle, the shaman coming in. Soul coming in so strong. I mean, I'm looking at circling around. I don't know if you've seen any of the shorts coming in. But yeah, divine wisdom, spiritual power. Going to be so potent for you this week, Scorpio. We do have an eclipse happening. So new moon in Aries happening at 29 degrees of Aries. It's the second new moon for the month and it's happening. It's a total solar eclipse. So as you know, eclipses can bring reset. They can bring change. Doesn't have to necessarily happen on that day, but it's happening on the 19th and 20th of April, depending on where you are in the world. And then we go straight into Taurus season and into Mercury retrograde in the sign of Taurus. So there's lots happening here into your opposite sign. And this shaman energy, I just get this sense of just being taken right up to that soul energy and getting those messages coming through. So let's see. We have the Emperor, focus and stability. I'm going to turn a little page of shells around, even though I think he's reversed. But we've got the Emperor, focus and stability coming through. So it's almost like you're seeing in this very high perspective what it is that you can bring in that can bring in some kind of stability. And it's wanting to feel a little bit more in control. Something might feel a little bit out of control for the moment. So Page of Shells, intuition and inspiration coming through. It's almost like, and then 10 of Shells, blessings and well-being. What I get with this is prioritization. It's like I'm not going to focus on the little things. Even though that might feel good, I've got to focus on the big picture here. I've got to focus on my well-being. I've got to focus on my happiness. I've got to focus on, how I can bring in blessings around that and, focus on my stability. It's the sense of wanting to feel in control. So it's like I'm focusing on the big things, not the little things at this moment in time. So that's something that's definitely coming through. I love that beautiful blessings and well-being coming through for you. But it's very much almost feels a little bit like, okay, if there's a change or something that's being reset and changed, I want to feel in control of that. So let's see what else is coming through for Scorpio. We've got the 10 of Cups. So you've got the 10 of Shells. This is the 10 of Shells, the 10 of Cups twice. So your happiness is kind of forefront here. What is going to bring you happiness and even long-term happiness here. So that's, in particular, I feel like relationships is going to be a focus coming through with that 10 of Cups. So let's see what else is coming in for Scorpio. What else is coming in this week for Scorpio? The Sun, right? Wow, next to the 10 of Cups and the Page of Swords. Wow. I mean, this is really great energy. That's the thing. It almost feels like you're getting some kind of amazing insight into what can bring you happiness here. Because the Sun coming in, this is Apollo, the god of healing and light, next to the 10 of Cups, the card of blessings, well-being, happiness. So it's like bringing revitalization and joy to your happiness here. So I think you're just getting some very amazing message from your soul around that. The Page of Swords is interesting because this is where your conscious mind is trying to make sense of it. It's new ideas, new thoughts. But it may be that you might need to blow off a little bit of steam, like, go out and release some of the pressure in some way that you've been feeling. So that's something that's coming through with the Page of Swords. Let's see what else is coming through for you. Judgment energy. Look, all these big energies, that's the thing around. You got a couple of pages and then all major arcanas. So it's like there's these little new ideas or new fresh things that are coming through, but it's kind of like I need to focus on the big things. Like I said, the Judgment card. There is a lot that's coming up for review. This is the Judgment does represent a review process, and we are moving into Mercury retrograde, which is all about review, revision, reworking, all of those classic things that are coming through. So the Judgment card is reworking some old things that are coming up to be looked at, finding the medicine to heal. There's messages around that, healing messages around medicine that can heal you. And we also have the Page of Cups and the Eight of Swords, and it's around self-love, and the Knight of Wands, beautiful. Slaying the mythical beasts. You may have guessed that these are the Greek Mythic Tarot cards from all these people coming in. So Page of Cups, this is actually Narcissus, the story of Narcissus, the beautiful youth. Again, another page. You've got the Page of Cups twice coming in here. And this is also, it may be that you've been dealing with somebody who's been a narcissist in your life, or narcissism as a concept in general, because this is where you're kind of looking at what's being reflected back to you and wanting to put yourself first, quite literally. But that's important, to put yourself first, your blessings, your health, your well-being, your emotional happiness. That's important, to be putting that first here, and to be going, okay, I need to overcome any negative thoughts or feelings or patterns around that, around self-love, or around loving what I'm seeing back in myself, around around this narcissist in your life, if you've got one. So it's kind of interesting, because I feel like, there's been a little bit of like questioning of reality. This is the Knight of Wands positively moving forward, the Knight of Fire. It is an Aries new moon, so it's like boom, moving in to that fire energy. But it's, this knight is slaying these mythical beasts. This is half lion, half kind of gazelle type creature here. It's like a hybrid energy. It's like I'm half. I don't know who I am. Am I this? Am I that? And it kind of, I get the words gaslighting for you, Scorpio, which is kind of, there's various, it can be very misused, that word, I have to say, and there can be very different levels of that. But this is where it's almost like there's been some sort of a myth around who you are, or a myth around you that you're wanting to kind of slay in some way, shape or form, and to actually see something being reflected back to you in a positive way. So, it's wanting to bring about positive change with this Knight of Wands. Flying high, again, this sense of going up, gaining the higher perspective, higher motivations here, connecting to your divine wisdom, your spiritual power, and making the changes, feeling in control of the changes. So, this Knight of Wands, it's the Eight of Swords is about overcoming limitations around, it's sort of like around your mind or other people's opinions of you, other people's thinking. So it's almost like saying, this is my perception, this is what I'm seeing, this is what I see in me, this is very much my reality and what I'm creating. And so I feel like it's coming back to your source of power, coming back to you. And this is where the medicine lies of the Judgment card. This is Hermes in the underworld holding the caduceus. It's a symbol of medicine, whether it's like whatever medicine means to you. It's something that heals. And so he's the winged god. Again, like the winged horse of the Knight of Wands, these wings of being able to fly and move through energies, like the wings of the eagle that I saw at the very beginning. There's this opportunity to free your mind of something and to move through it in a different way. So, that's part of, like, the Hermes is one of the only god that can travel into the underworld, into the shadow land, and retrieve information and bring it back up to you. So I really feel like there's a lot, and this is Pluto, your planetary ruler, working with you, giving you some information about how to heal this Page of Cups energy, the narcissist, the self-love. So that is your reading, Scorpio. I'm just going to pull a card for your inner child, from a message from the inner child. Wow, there's a lot, too much in there for that. So let's just get a little message coming in for you. So let's see, what was that? The Tower, boom. Of course, the Tower's coming in on an eclipse energy, an eclipse week. This brings change, the Tower, activated change. It can be unexpected change, but there could be moments of revelation, release with the Tower. It's kind of saying, it's a little bit like the Emperor energy, this tree has been built on good foundations here. You know, there's a lot of it that's actually really good and solid. There's just part of it that needs to kind of change and rework. I don't think it's all of it that's shifting it, that needs to shift and change here. But yeah, the Tower does represent some sort of change, and inner child is saying open to receive the information that you need about the change that can happen here. So that is the inner child's ready to change as well. So that is your reading for the week, Scorpio. Thank you so much for joining me. Please like, subscribe, share, leave a comment. Love to read your comments. They're just bringing my attention to the shaman being the Hierophant energy as well, which is Taurus, which is your opposite sign. So we're moving into finding the balance between the earthly realm and your higher spiritual realm. That's something we're going to be working with in this Taurus energy. And yes, and if you're interested in looking at our beautiful Patreon community that we're building and growing at this moment in time, love it if you check that out. The link is in the description box below.